I want to be brief with this one. I've been doing a terrible job with my TikTok length videos. So electronic eloquence, we're talking personalization, self-disclosure, conversational tone, verbal distillation, visual dramatization. Couple notes on this. We're really playing with the idea of remixing and re-understanding epideictic, judicial, and deliberative speech forms. We saw that with Aristotle. We saw Cicero bring that up again, and then understand here are the types of speeches that are possible. We're seeing with electronic eloquence that yes, and so much more, or we need to blow up those categories and talk about how they intermix and how they overlap and how they're woven in, because that really matters. We have a focus on both creation and reception, so we're combining and trying to understand how do we understand and how do we view so that we can create our own media, and how do we understand so we can figure out what this is doing to people. Both are coexisting, and we're looking at both epistemology and ontology related to both of those pieces. And then just a note about the visual was really new. Prior to really the 1960s, it was very expensive to print images in newspapers, especially color images. This is where we saw the civil rights was really the first big movement. We saw a little bit with World War II. We really did see a little bit with World War II in the 1940s. But civil rights took advantage of the now more accessible and more economical ability of a newspaper to print images, and civil rights nonviolent protests with violence being enacted on their bodies was very effective in, honestly, the civil rights only taking the 4 years that it took. 4 years is a very long time. And people suffered for a long time before that, and people suffered for a long time after that. But the civil rights movement really had a lot of success in what we would consider a very short period of time because of visual. Because, and I know that we've all heard stuff about learning styles are not a thing. All humans learn better when multiple modes of communication live together. I'm using my hands, I'm using my voice, I have stuff around me, I've pointed to stuff behind me because I'm assuming that you're seeing all of this. This is multiple. I'm using 3 different learning styles right now. You can watch this video from anywhere. You can pause it as many times as you want, which means you can bring in additional learning styles. We never just use one. And the visual like electronic eloquence, the 1960s, this was the first time where humanity and theorists specifically were like, oh wow, our brains are doing something that we don't currently understand. Let's add words to try to understand it, which is where electronic eloquence comes in.